President Trump is celebrating his historic summit with Kim Jong-un, saying North Korea no longer poses a nuclear threat. But critics remain skeptical, citing the dictator's dismal record of human rights abuses. White House correspondent Mark Irons reports. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Wyatt. President Trump returned to the White House early this morning. He believes his meeting with Kim Jong-un could lead to future prosperity for the North Korean people, who are all too familiar with a history of oppression.
President Trump returns to America after making history halfway around the world. The first sitting U.S. president to meet with the leader of North Korea brings this message back home, tweeting, "Just landed, a long trip, but everybody can now feel much safer than the day I took office. There is no longer a nuclear threat from North Korea. Meeting with Kim Jong-un was an interesting and very positive experience. North Korea has great potential for the future."
We are not likely to get denuclearization.
Michael Greene is the director of Asia Studies at Georgetown University. He worked on President George Bush's National Security Council. Though the agreement signed by President Trump and Kim Jong-un states North Korea commits to work toward complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, Greene says they won't be so fast to follow through.
The North Koreans have no incentive to give up nuclear weapons because it's nuclear weapons that get them the international stage and the respect they need and want.
President Trump says if North Korea denuclearizes, then he'll lift U.S. sanctions.
새로운 이야기, 새로운 출발.
He even showed Kim a video of what economic prosperity could look like for North Korea.
Chairman Kim has before him an opportunity like no other to be remembered as the leader who ushered in a glorious new era of security and prosperity for his people.
It would be a sharp turnaround from a country known for its human rights abuses. North Korean defector Sung-Ju Lee tells us he had to live on the street and steal food to stay alive.
My perspective now, it's hell. It's the biggest, North Korea itself is biggest jail in the world.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says he's confident that U.S. talks with North Korea will resume sometime in the next week. Wyatt?
Mark, how will the U.S. be able to confirm if North Korea actually gets rid of its nuclear weapons?
It's a question many people are asking. There is no specific language in the agreement signed by both leaders about how denuclearization would be verified. But today, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo did say there will be in-depth verification, and he is hopeful major disarmament will occur in the next couple years. Wyatt?
White House correspondent Mark Irons. Thanks, Mark.